Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to PyroFalkon's Let's Play Extravaganza, where it's your Let's Play 2. Today we're starting a new series, which is Sakura Gamer, because everyone wants another Sakura game on the channel. Also, if you've ever wanted to hear me voice a girl in my normal baritone voice, then get ready to put on your big boy pants, because that's about to happen for the next however long this game lasts. There are no dudes in this game at all, but I'm still going to voice the main character. So, let's get started, shall we? I think I've seen enough boobs to last me a lifetime.
False.
Honestly, when I started to work as a computer repair technician, I never knew it would involve quite such a large amount of staring at naked women. Alright? I don't even want to stare at naked women. Why would I when I have Clover? Who is Clover? Sadly, the jobs I get fall into one of three categories. I'll outline them for you for your ease and convenience. Category number 1, people who think they can use their CD drives as drink holders. Category number 2, people who haven't realized most issues with their electronics can be solved by turning them off and on again. Category number 3, people whose children, typically male but there are always exceptions, have downloaded large amounts of porn from shady websites on the family computer, thus giving them viruses. Today I have to work a handful of jobs that fell into the third category. It was awful. There were pop-ups everywhere. I've seen enough digital images of breasts and genitals splashed across computer screens to last me a lifetime.
False.
It's so awkward, too, especially when the poor, embarrassed mothers of these porn-obsessed children hang about in the background wringing their hands, averting their eyes, and apologizing. Who wants to look at porn with women in their 40s? Okay? Especially when porn sometimes involves women in their 40s. That's always fun. And by fun, I mean horrible. In time, these harried mothers usually start falling on typical social niceties as a way to escape these uncomfortable situations. Excuse me, miss, do you want a cup of tea? Then they retreat to their kitchens while I stress over their malware-infested PCs to potter about ineffectually and spend hours brewing a single cup of green tea. If I was ever served that slowly in a restaurant or a cafe, I'd complain. When I'm on the clock, however, I welcome the absence of my clients, wholeheartedly. Spoken by someone who has truly worked in customer service. It's hard to focus when someone else is watching you, especially when there's so much porn. I don't get paid enough to deal with it all. At least I usually get a cup of green tea out of it. A cup of green tea that, when I finally receive it, is already stone cold. And to think, I only started studying computers because once upon a time I wanted to be a game designer. Those dreams have been destroyed now. Destroyed by the menacing specter of adulthood.
We're playing as another adult character.
Yay! I sigh heavily as I walk down the street. It's getting dark already. The night air is crisp and cool against my skin. At least it helps me calm my head. The wind toys with my hair, making it flutter. The hem of my jacket twitches. I glance upward and brush a few loose strands of hair behind my ear. The sky is filled with stars. The stars are small, like tiny pinheads, and they twinkle brightly. Pretty. But I don't have enough time to stand around in the street contemplating. I'm tired, hungry, and, most importantly of all, I want to take a shower. I cross the street. My house isn't too far away. It's a pretty nice house, all things considered, especially for a recent college graduate. It's not a mansion by any stretch of the imagination, but it has 3 bedrooms, a moderately large kitchen, and a garden.
How can you afford all that on an IT salary?
I guess I'm not doing... Maybe she was born into money. I guess I'm not doing too badly for myself. Sometimes after a busy day of work, I start obsessing over the negatives, but my life is pretty comfortable, all things considered. I open the front door and close it behind me with a slam. The lights are all turned on. I guess Clover is still awake. Well, that goes without saying. She doesn't go to bed until 3 or 4 in the morning during the summer. By the way, this is us. This is us right here. This is the character I am voicing. Doesn't my voice match the character design? Thumbs up.
I was coming up with a voice for her and never mind.
She always has a video game or 2, or 20, to work through, especially those she couldn't get around to playing during the school term. It's nice to know she's so easygoing. Some things never change. I sigh and slide off my shoes. I line them up neatly beside Clover's cast-offs.
How are those tights staying up without garters?
Clover has too many shoes. Sometimes I wonder if she's trying to stockpile them lest the apocalypse arrive, taking all the shoe stores with it in its wake. Surely there are better things she could spend her money on. Not that it's any of my business. I'm not her mother. Ugh. I really want that shower, but I should probably dump my bags in my room first. I climb the stairs with my slow, sluggish legs and open my bedroom door. The lights are already on, and... Hi, Clover. Boy, that's not naughty at all. Can I drop the... There we go. That might be our thumbnail. Is she... She's got a PlayStation 4 controller with the wrong end of the USB on the end of the cord while she's holding a Game Boy Advance, or is the Game Boy Advance in the background?
I think that's in the background.
Then that thing is massive.
Also, she's got a shirt like Mio has a bathing suit in Crush Crush.
Who? What?
Crush Crush? Remember Mio? She's got a joystick bathing suit. Wow, look at all those titles in the background.
Sakura Nova 2, Sakura Fantasy 2, Sakura Space, Sakura Dungeon, Sakura Adventure, Maid, Magical Girl. Most of these are real things.
Yep, Sakura
that
Fantasy.
we own because
Sakura
we
Space,
own.
Sakura Maid 3, Magical Girls 3.
Anyway.
Hi, honey. Welcome home.
Clover. I look at my best friend of some 10 years with narrowed eyes. There are numerous ways you could describe the current expression on my face. Bored, indifferent, apathetic, but excited is not one of them. Maybe that's what Clover wants, but Clover can't always have her own way. Even if she is incredibly pushy. Pushy enough to invite herself into my room when I'm out of it. I don't know where I came up with of it. Sit on the edge of my bed and balance one of my VS4 controllers on the sizable shelf of her breasts, while wearing one of those ridiculous outfits she likes so much. I don't know what you're playing at, but you should put my VS4 controller away. Those things are very expensive. What's with the heh? Why is she sticking her tongue out like that?
It's nice to see you too, Nekohime.
For the record, Nikohime isn't my real name. It's Seo. Clover isn't Clover's real name either. She's actually called Chica. Nikohime and Clover are just our internet handles. I first met Clover on an internet role-playing board 10 years ago. We were both in our first years of middle school. Not that we went to the same schools. We spoke online for years before our relationship transitioned into the real world. So we can still call one another by our online names when we're offline like this. It might sound a little complicated, but it's not. She has an XD hair clip. Did you notice that?
Yes.
That's kind of adorable and weird. I just wish, when I was 12, I'd had the foresight to call myself something a little less embarrassing than Nikohime.
Kitty Princess.
Is that what that means?
Yes.
Okay. I wondered what the joke there was. Whatever. Can you please put my controller down?
So you see this totally sexy girl posing on your bed, and all you can say is, put the controller down?
What else do you want me to say?
It's just not a very interesting response is all.
I'm not an interesting person.
Well, you might be right about that.
Seriously, what's the point in all this? I gestured toward Clover, or, to be more precise, her breasts.
Oh, nothing. I just thought I might be able to fire you up a bit. You've been looking so down lately.
Because I, unlike you, still have to go to work.
Don't you like your job?
Having a conversation with Clover while she's posing on my bed, controller propped up on her breasts, is kind of surreal. At least it would be if I wasn't so accustomed to her antics. Clover does stuff like this all the time. Of course I don't like my job. I have to get out of bed early, work long hours, and worst of all, I'm expected to interact with other people.
Well, you've never exactly been too good with all of that.
It's a huge pain. Today was the worst.
Was it more or less annoying than the woman at the Shinto shrine who filled her laptop CD drive with rice?
Oh my god. It was more standard. Horny teenage boy, family PC, too much porn, you know.
Ah, malware, huh?
Lots of it.
And pop-ups?
Mmm.
Did you see any nice boobs?
I saw a lot of boobs. They all started to blend together after a while, like a super boob.
So what do you think about mine? Are they better or worse?
Is this a normal conversation? I don't think this is a normal conversation.
This is not a normal
Oh, hey, Coiny! Coiny gets to to participate. So heads for the first answer, tails for the second, as always. Queenie says tails. Are you seriously asking me? Oh, shit. Are you seriously asking me this question? As I say that again.
I guess.
And you honestly think we need to have this discussion?
Why not? I'm curious.
Well, you'll just have to stay curious.
Bye, curious? But Nekohime.
Enough. This conversation is over.
But...
Over. Now, if that's all, I'm gonna have a shower.
Before you leave, I want to ask you something.
Clover finally sets the controller down.
Is that a Sakura fantasy still in the background?
Oh, it is! Good eye. Yes, that is fantasy. No, that's Dungeon. That's Dungeon. That's the main character you play as in Dungeon, I think. I think. Clover finally sets the controller down. She sits on the edge of my bed, looking at me expectantly. I sigh. What is it, Clover? This better not be something stupid.
I promise it isn't.
You didn't jam the toaster again, did you?
No way.
Or clog the toilet?
That was a long, long time ago.
It happened last Tuesday.
Details.
She clears her throat.
I managed to get us a new tenant.
Oh? You did?
Uh-huh. This girl called up earlier and asked if our spare room was still available. I said it was, and she asked if she could come around today to scope the place out. I said okay.
And she just signed the lease today?
That's right. Isn't that great?
Clover and I used to live with another girl, but she moved out a couple months ago. She relocated to...
Hokkaido? That's
Hokkaido.
Way up north in farm country.
Something related to her job, and the spare room's been empty ever since. We've been trying to shift it for a while, but haven't had much luck. Having another tenant is more than welcome. That's how she's able to afford this place. I don't like people, but I do like money, and I don't want to...
Clover do for money?
I don't want to turn my nose up at extra income. That's a good question. His house doesn't pay for itself. Neither does the electricity bill, which is going through the roof this summer thanks to Clover's unhealthy fixation with video games. Even so, I'm a little skeptical about this arrangement. Don't you think that seems kind of fast?
Oh,
Why did I have
Tetris
trouble?
Jacket.
Anyway. Oh, she does have a Tetris jacket. That's actually kind of cool. You'd expect her to think about it a bit first. Plus, I wanted to meet her before she signed anything.
But you never want to meet anyone, Nekohime.
I know, but it'd be nice to get a look at her face at least. I want to know what kind of person we're letting into our house.
Don't worry about it. I'm a great judge of character.
Sure you are.
I am. I could tell right away she'd be a really great girl to live with. She was very energetic.
I don't like energetic people.
You like me?
I put up with you. It's different.
Oh, Nekohime, don't be so cold. We've known each other for forever.
And that's why your company is tolerable. I don't know if I can cope with another one of you. Well, we'll just have to see how it turns out.
You'll be able to find out soon enough.
What do you mean?
She's going to move in tomorrow!
Tomorrow? Now that really is fast. Are you sure this girl doesn't have a criminal record? She didn't look like the type who'd commit theft or arson, did she?
I mean, do those people even have a type?
Of course they have a type.
But she was, like, super cute. You wouldn't believe how cute she was.
So, you think cute people can't commit crimes?
It's unlikely. I mean, she was really adorable. I'm sure you'll understand when you see her, Nekohime.
I hope so. For your sake, Clover. I hope so. If she's let a convicted serial killer into our home, I'm going to be very, very angry with her while I'm dead. Well then.
Why are you showering in your clothes?
Why is she showering in her clothes? That feels good. All this fabric sticking to my skin. I sigh softly as the water cascades over the fabric. And that will be it for today's episode. We'll just leave it on the shower scene for those of you naughty people who came for the pictures, which is why we play it, so I don't know who I'm fooling.
Yeah. I play it for the story, I lied.
If you enjoy what we do here, don't forget to check the video description for links to our Discord channel, as well as PayPal and Patreon, where you can kick us a couple bucks if you want to help us keep the lights on. But otherwise, we will continue playing Sakura Gamer to the end while I work on voicing this very attractive white-haired girl. Thank you all very much for watching, and we will see you tomorrow for another episode.
Bye!